Hey y'all, let's talk fried green tomatoes. There's something about this southern classic that just warms the soul. Maybe it's the crispy golden crust, or the tangy juicy bite of the tomato. Whatever it is, fried green tomatoes are a beloved dish that deserves a spot on every table. Imagine this. You're sitting on the porch swing, a gentle breeze rustling through the trees, the sun setting, casting a warm glow on everything. And in your hand, a plate piled high with golden brown fried green tomatoes. Pure bliss, I tell ya. Fried green tomatoes are more than just food. They're a reminder of family gatherings, lazy summer days, and the simple pleasures in life. So grab your apron and let's get cooking. Now you might be wondering, fried green tomatoes? What in the world are those? Well, let me enlighten you. These golden nuggets of goodness are exactly what they sound like. Slices of unripe green tomatoes coated in cornmeal and fried to perfection. The history of fried green tomatoes is as rich and vibrant as the South itself. Some say it originated with Native American tribes who were already cooking with green tomatoes long before European settlers arrived. Others claim it was a way for resourceful Southern cooks to use up their unripe tomatoes at the end of the growing season. Wherever they came from, one thing's for sure. Fried green tomatoes have become a staple of Southern cuisine, enjoyed by generations and passed down through family recipes. The beauty of fried green tomatoes lies in their simplicity. This classic Southern dish is all about letting the natural flavors of the ingredients shine through. You don't need a pantry full of fancy ingredients to create this Southern masterpiece. In fact, the charm of this dish is in its straightforwardness. Just a handful of fresh, wholesome ingredients and a whole lot of love. Here's what you'll need to make the perfect fried green tomatoes. Green tomatoes, the stars of the show. These unripe tomatoes have a firm texture and a tangy flavor that makes them perfect for frying. Look for firm, unripe tomatoes with a bright green color. They should be free of blemishes and have a slight give when you press them. Cornmeal. This Southern staple gives the tomatoes their signature crispy crust. The coarse texture of the cornmeal adds a delightful crunch. All-purpose flour. A little bit of flour helps the coating stick to the tomatoes. It also adds a lightness to the crust that balances the cornmeal. Salt and pepper, seasoning is key. Don't be shy with the salt and pepper. These basic seasonings bring out the natural flavors of the tomatoes. Eggs. These help bind the coating and add richness. The eggs create a sticky surface that helps the cornmeal and flour adhere to the tomatoes. Oil for frying. Peanut oil is a Southern favorite, but any neutral oil with a high smoke point will do. The oil should be hot enough to fry the tomatoes to a golden brown without burning them. See? Simple, right? Now that you've gathered your ingredients, let's get cooking. With these simple, fresh ingredients, you're well on your way to making a delicious batch of fried green tomatoes that will impress everyone at the table. Prepping your tomatoes is as easy as a Sunday stroll. With just a few simple steps, you'll have perfectly prepped tomatoes ready for any dish. Whether you're making fried green tomatoes, a fresh salad, or a savory sauce, the key is in the preparation. First things first, give those green tomatoes a good wash under cold water. This helps remove any dirt or pesticides that might be lingering on the skin. Make sure to rub them gently with your hands to get them nice and clean. Pat them dry with a clean kitchen towel. You want to make sure they're completely dry before moving on to the next step. Any excess moisture can affect the coating process later on. Now slice them up about 1/4 inch thick. Consistency is key here, so try to keep the slices uniform. This ensures they cook evenly and have a nice texture. You want them thin enough to cook through, but thick enough to hold their shape. This balance is crucial for achieving that perfect bite, crispy on the outside and tender on the inside. Next, grab 3 shallow dishes. These will be used for your dredging station. Having everything set up and ready to go will make the process much smoother. In the first dish, whisk together your flour, salt, and pepper. This mixture will give the tomatoes a nice, seasoned base layer. Make sure the flour is well mixed with the seasoning. In the second dish, beat those eggs until they're light and frothy. The eggs act as a binding agent, helping the cornmeal stick to the tomatoes. A good whisk will ensure the eggs are well combined. And in the third dish, spread out your cornmeal. This will give the tomatoes their final crispy coating. Make sure the cornmeal is evenly spread out in the dish. Now it's time for the tomatoes to take a dip. This is where the magic happens. transforming plain tomatoes into a delicious treat. Dredge each tomato slice in the flour mixture, making sure it's fully coated. This step is important for creating a barrier that helps the egg and cornmeal stick. Then, give it a bath in the egg mixture, letting any excess drip off. The egg wash will help the cornmeal adhere better, giving you that perfect, crispy texture. Finally, coat it generously in the cornmeal, pressing gently so it adheres. Make sure every part of the tomato is covered for that ultimate crunch. And there you have it, perfectly prepped tomatoes ready for cooking. Section 5. The Golden Rule, Frying to Perfection. Now comes the fun part, frying. Pour enough oil into a large skillet to reach about ½ inch up the sides. Heat it over medium-high heat until it shimmers. You'll know it's ready when a pinch of cornmeal sizzles and dances in the oil. Carefully place a few tomato slices in the hot oil, making sure not to overcrowd the pan. Fry them for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side, or until they're golden brown and crispy. Once they're cooked to perfection, remove the tomatoes from the skillet and place them on a wire rack or a paper towel-lined plate to drain any excess oil. Repeat the process with the remaining tomato slices. Section 6. A Symphony of Flavors. Serving your masterpiece. Fried green tomatoes are delicious on their own, but why stop there? They're incredibly versatile and can be enjoyed in countless ways. Serve them as a side dish with your favorite Southern comfort food like fried chicken, shrimp and grits, or barbecue ribs. Feeling adventurous? Try them on a BLT sandwich for a Southern twist on a classic. Or stack them high on a toasted bun with remoulade sauce and lettuce for a mouth-watering fried green tomato po' boy. Section 7. Secrets from Mima's Kitchen. Tips and Tricks. In this section, we're diving deep into the heart of Southern cooking, where tradition meets flavor. These are the cherished secrets passed down through generations, ensuring every dish is made with love and perfection. Want to ensure your fried green tomatoes turn out absolutely perfect every time? It's all about the little details and the love you put into each step. Let's explore some of these essential tips. Here are a few secrets from my Mima's Kitchen asterisk. Use cold ingredients. This might seem like a small step, but it makes a world of difference. Cold ingredients help in achieving that perfect texture. Cold tomatoes, eggs, and even buttermilk, if you're using it in your batter, will help create a crispier crust. The cold temperature slows down the cooking process just enough to allow the crust to form beautifully without overcooking the inside. Don't overcrowd the pan. This is crucial. Overcrowding can lead to uneven cooking and soggy tomatoes. Giving those tomato slices plenty of space in the skillet will ensure they cook evenly and get nice and crispy. Each slice needs its own little area to breathe and fry up perfectly. Adjust the heat as needed. Cooking is an art, and sometimes you need to tweak things to get them just right. If the tomatoes are browning too quickly, reduce the heat slightly. It's all about finding that sweet spot where the tomatoes cook evenly without burning. If they're not getting crispy enough, increase the heat a bit. Asterisk season generously. This is where you can really make the dish your own. Don't be afraid of the salt and pepper. These simple seasonings can elevate the flavors and make your fried green tomatoes truly stand out. Season each layer, the flour mixture, the egg wash, and even the fried tomatoes themselves. This layering of flavors ensures every bite is packed with deliciousness. With these tips and tricks, you'll be frying up golden, crispy fried green tomatoes like a true Southern cook in no time. Remember, it's all about the love and care you put into each step. Happy cooking! Section 8. Fried green tomatoes and family reunions. Every time I make fried green tomatoes, I can't help but think of my family reunions. We'd gather at my Mima's house, a rambling old farmhouse with a wraparound porch and the sweetest smell of honeysuckle in the air. The kids would be running around, the adults would be laughing and sharing stories, and the food? Oh, the food was something else. Mima would always make her famous fried green tomatoes. They were golden brown, crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside. She'd serve them up with a dollop of her homemade comeback sauce, and they'd disappear faster than you could say y'all come back now. Section 9. Ready to bring home a taste of the South? So there you have it, folks. Everything you need to know to make your own batch of delicious Southern-style fried green tomatoes. It's a simple dish with a whole lot of heart, and I guarantee it'll become a family favorite in your home too. Now go on and give it a try. And don't forget to invite me over when you do. I'll bring the sweet tea.